possession. This is the ball handler. There's a grab, there's a hold, there's another grab. I mean,
all of those
are fouls. Every single one of them. And here, that's a foul, and finally.
I mean, this is what Caitlin Clark is dealing with. That's a foul as she gets body checked. That's a foul. That's a foul. I mean, it's not only until right now when she's finally whacked on the arm. I'm so happy that the broadcast team finally called it out directly.
Even Ryan Ruocco and Rebecca Lobo couldn't stay quiet this time.
There's another grab. I mean, all of those are fouls.
During a WNBA game, they did something rare. They called out the refs. Not softly, not by hinting. They said it straight. Caitlin Clark is getting fouled again and again, and nobody's calling.
Man, Ryan Ruocco, Mr. You Bet himself, and Rebecca Lobo ended up bringing up how players have been getting away with fouling Caitlin Clark live on tele. Right here, they're talking about this right here, where JJ was holding the arm, okay? Then they're talking about this moment right here too, right? She's reaching through the body, reaching both sides, both arms through the body right here. So they're talking about this one. They're talking about right here on the swat down. It looked like she hit her hand just a tad.
Usually, announcers try to stay neutral. They focus on the game, not the drama, but this time it was too much. The fouls were too obvious. The silence was too loud. Ruocco and Lobo couldn't pretend anymore. The cameras caught it all. Slow motion replays showed everything clearly.
Here they're talking about this right here, where JJ was holding the arm, okay? Then they're talking about this moment right here too, right? She's reaching through the body, reaching both sides, both arms through the body right here. So they're talking about this one. They're talking about right here on the swat down. It looked like she hit her hand just a tad bit here. She was calling this a foul. This is Rebecca Lobo talking, right? She called this a foul. And then we have this hit right here off JJ Quinterly, right on the arm right here. She calling this a foul too, all right?
Caitlin being held, slapped, shoved. Everyone at home saw it. The fans in the stands saw it. And now even the announcers were saying what people have been thinking for weeks. Something is wrong with how Caitlin Clark is being treated.
Rebecca Lobo this past Sunday, Indiana Fever versus Dallas Wings on ESPN. When it comes to announcers speaking out, this might have been the most outspoken announcers have been when it comes to the egregious officiating, but more importantly, the non-calls. When Caitlin Clark is getting grabbed, getting held, getting yanked, getting hugged, getting hacked. Rebecca Lobo said, okay, Sunday, July 13th, I'm going to make sure it's my mission that when I start calling this game, I start calling a spade and holding these referees to the fire.
She's not just any player. She's the #1 pick. She's filling arenas, selling jerseys, and getting more people to watch the WNBA than ever before. And yet, when she plays, it's like the rules change. Other stars in the league, they get calls for soft touches. A small bump, foul, a little reach in, foul. But Caitlin, she can take an elbow to the ribs and still gets nothing. Rebecca Lobo even said it on air. This isn't just physical play. This is something else. It's happening all game long.
Crazy how Caitlin Clark does not get her foul calls pointed out when they are actually fouling her left and right, all the way from half court all the way down to the basketball hoop. I don't understand how the referees are standing there and they not call the fouls. Her coaches have complained. Even Caitlin Clark gets on the referees.
The moment the ball is inbounded, defenders are on her like glue. They hold her, yank her, hack her, and she just keeps going. No whistle, no help.
Can you tell me what kind of a move that Ryan Howard's doing here to Caitlin Clark?
That's why Ruocco and Lobo's words hit so hard, because they weren't trying to stir up trouble. They were just telling the truth. You could hear the frustration in their voices. They were watching a game, but what they were really seeing was a problem.
Need to speak up. The announcers who aren't scared need to speak up. I'm sure a lot of those old announcers are scared. I'm sure they're scared. But the announcers like Rebecca Lobo, Ryan Ruocco, they need to step up and say, oh, the officiating that's going on here isn't okay. You guys watch this. Quinterly grabbed Caitlin Clark's arm. Like, Caitlin, where you going? Get over here. Oh, that's interesting. Why play defense when we can just grab somebody's arm, right? Interesting. Quinterly putting her hand around Caitlin Clark's waist. Valentine's Day was a few months ago. Sorry.
It's not just about this one game either. Game after game, this keeps happening. And not just to Caitlin, but she's clearly the main target. There's a pattern, a message, and it feels like the message is she doesn't get the same protection as everyone else.
Caitlin Clark does not have a special whistle in the WNBA, unlike some other players. Asia Wilson. Every time you touch Asia Wilson, she's going through the free throw line. And the announcers definitely will say she's one player that gets a lot of fouls called on her, and she goes to that free throw line. Breanna Stewart.
And that raises the question, why? Is it because she's new? Because she's popular? Because she came from college with a huge spotlight on her? Whatever the reason, it's not okay. Fair is fair. If you call a foul on one player, you should call the same foul on another. If a hit is illegal, it's illegal no matter who's wearing the jersey. But in Caitlin's case, it feels like the refs are letting things slide on purpose. Even Paige Backers, another top player, admitted in an interview that she had to change the way she defends, not to avoid fouling, but to start fouling more because that's what works now.
And Paige Backers in an interview literally exposed just how bad the referee's problem is.
That's what the game has turned into. That's not basketball. That's not what young players should be learning. That's not what fans are paying to watch. And it's definitely not the way to treat the biggest new star in the league. When Rebecca Lobo starts circling missed fouls in real time, something's gone way past normal. When Ryan Ruocco live on TV says, that's a foul and that's a foul too, it's not just game analysis, it's a warning. Because here's the truth. This isn't about giving Caitlin special treatment. It's about giving her the same treatment as everyone else. The league says it wants to grow, it wants more fans, more attention, more respect. But how can that happen when the most watched player in the league is getting fouled like crazy and no one steps in to stop it? This is more than just bad officiating. It's becoming a full-blown crisis. And it's not just the fans or the media saying it now. It's the people calling the games, the people who've played the game, the people who usually stay quiet. They're done staying quiet. They're tired of watching Caitlin get knocked down while the refs stand still. Tired of seeing obvious fouls go uncalled. Tired of the silence from the WNBA when this problem is right in front of everyone's face. It's not hard to fix. Call the fouls, train the refs better, set clear rules, and make sure they're followed for everyone. The league has cameras, replays, every angle. There's no excuse anymore. This can't be brushed aside as just how the game is, because the game has never had this many eyes on it before, this many fans watching. And the more they see Caitlin get hacked without calls, the more frustrated they get. She's not asking for special treatment. Nobody is. But it's basic. When she gets fouled, blow the whistle. That's all. Right now, it feels like Caitlin's playing two games, one against the other team and one against the people supposed to protect her. And the second game is the harder one. So shout out to Ruocco and Lobo for speaking up when others stayed quiet, for saying what needed to be said, for calling out what everyone could see but no one wanted to admit. They weren't just doing commentary. They were defending fairness, defending the game, defending a player who's been left to fight on her own. Now the ball is in the WNBA's court. Will they do something, or will they keep pretending it's not happening? Because if this keeps up, Caitlin Clark won't just walk away with bruises. The league will walk away with a stain that won't wash off.